This is Political Core, the non-PC edition of The Aaron Cruz Show, where you decide the topics. The only place where you get the news you want from the people you trust. We are your balanced and accurate information resource.
Hello and good evening and welcome to the Aaron Cruz Show, coming to you from Palm Springs, California. This is Political Core. I am your hostess, Aaron Cruz. Thank you for joining me. Tonight's topic is the Trump cabinet. What do you have in your closet? We have had a lot of different things going on over this last week, and I think some of the things that we've seen happening just are making jaws drop. So I'm not going to take too much time on any one specific issue. The core is this, because that's what we like to do. We like to get to the political core. The core is this. We need to get things done. We need to take action. And right now we're having a shift. We're seeing that Trump is seeing that things are not getting done. And so he's taking action, doing just what we need him to do, shifting the powers that be, turning heads, dropping jaws, and getting things done. So when we looked 2 weeks ago, I think, or a week and a half ago, when we had the new communications director put in place, and heads were rolling, my head was specifically completely turned sideways at the appointment. I was not thrilled at all, as I made perfectly clear. Unfortunately, I couldn't even upload my YouTube video. I'm not sure why they wouldn't let me upload it. I recorded it 3 times, tried to upload it several times each, both on my phone and on my laptop, unsuccessfully. The only thing I can think of is that it was, for whatever reason, not something that they wanted loaded. But nonetheless, I still got the word out. Many of you did too. Political activism is alive and well. Real news is alive and well. We spread the word. We made our voices heard. And though you may hear from behind the scenes that there's been a power shift again, which is great. We have a new general in town running the scene on another front, which is perfectly acceptable in my book. And some heads are turning on that one as well. But the communications director, the one specifically that Anthony, that many of us were not pleased about the appointment, given his selling his company and selling out to China and everything else, amongst other reasons why, that the powers have shifted, and now Trump has somebody else in there. And I think that it's a good move. And I think that we'll be able to continue to move forward. We cannot keep dragging feet. And we've gotten a lot done. One of the things we did get done is the House passed a resolution, and basically $1.6 billion of the southern wall border will be spent, and we will build a little bit extra oomph in San Diego, retrofitting and making a little bit. I think it's a second barrier that they're wanting to make. I know we have 3 barriers down in San Diego and in multiple areas, where it just, the thing is this, is it cuts things, it cuts the traffic down in terms of, it's a deterrent. And I think it's also a statement, and it's an expensive statement, but it also is very practical barrier that these people have to get through. So nonetheless, $1.6 billion has been funded for the southern wall, and they will be starting. I was talking with a buddy of mine in Texas, and they will be starting in Texas this portion of the wall. And one of the interesting things he brought up was there's going to be every argument in the book as to why we shouldn't build the wall. Crybaby, sob stories, you name it. And one of the reasons he brought up was very interesting, and we've seen this time and time again. This is not new, where they're now saying, well, the Santa Ana Wildlife Refuge, it's a big part of where they want to put part of that wall in Texas. And oh my gosh, it's going to impact the wildlife. Which, and that may or may not be the case. But, well, you know what we have right now? We have human trafficking going on right now. We have children that are torn away from their families and face dire circumstances to get here to the United States. Life, limb, mental and physical safety of these children, sexually abused or otherwise. They're being trafficked here to do many different things. They have, there are sex workers. There are just a matter of getting them here to do other types of work. It's just a sad state when you're more concerned about the wildlife than you are the human life. And what that wall does is it says, look, don't come through here. This is not a place you need to be coming through. It's a desolate area, and in many cases, these people are risking their lives to come here to the United States, and that's not a crybaby response. That's just a very practical. Some of these are young people response, and saying that what's more valuable, human life or the life of a wild animal, and both have value, but human life, in my book, trumps all. And so don't be fooled. I guess don't be swayed and don't be fooled by the common, saying of the day, and be caught off guard and swayed in your mind and in your thinking and in your response to the border wall or the newest appointment or the shift in administration of the Trump administration. Look, if you don't like somebody, like I was not pleased about Anthony, okay, the new director, and I was not pleased, and many people were not pleased. And look, he's gone, and sure, there's every reason in the book why he's gone, and I'm sure there are good reasons why he's gone, and maybe it's not what we're thinking. It might be, but the point is he's out of there, and we can get somebody else in there that can get things done. I'm all for ruffling feathers. I didn't have a problem, one iota of a problem with Anthony ruffling feathers and saying, look, we need to take care of business. I had no problem with that. I had a problem with him being appointed in that position. And that's our job as the American people, as the American citizenry, is to make our voice heard. And when you see things like that, as we did, I know I did, many of us did, over the Obama administration, is speak out against his appointments and the reasons why and the conflicts of interest, and even in some of the lawsuits screaming out about and talking back against and pushing back against some of the like Sotomayor, she was weighing in on judgments that she shouldn't be weighing on. She should have recused herself. We all spoke up about many, many different things, and it wasn't just under Trump, and it was under Obama a great deal. But Trump is no exception here. He's still the president of the United States, and he's not going to be perfect. And when we see things that we don't like or don't meet up with our agendas or our value systems, it's our duty to speak up and be effective and unite in a productive way. There are a lot of emails I'm seeing go around about the Obamacare and the AHCA and the Obamacare Light and the, what do they call it? I want to call it the anorexic bill. But everybody's all over John McCain right now. Look, that's another hot ticket of the day. Stick to the mantra. Look, if you're for full repeal, be for full repeal. And say, look, if you're not going to do full repeal, I'm not for it. Hopefully we can get full repeal done. If you're for full repeal and some regulatory adjustments, because I think we still do need some regulatory adjustments, then go ahead and say that. But don't stop the fight. Don't stop the pushback. And joining the rhetoric isn't going to get you anywhere, okay? Joining that conversation and trumping on that drum is just, it's non-productive. It keeps that that distraction going. So on all fronts, I suggest you connect with either Grassfire, Tea Party Patriots. You can look at Heritage Action. You can look at a number of different groups throughout the country that we've all kind of used across social media, Facebook and Twitter and other mediums to get the word out on what we want and speak out to our congresspersons. Keep up the heat, turn up the heat, because the long and the short of it is this: it's not over, even when something is passed for healthcare. Okay, it's not over at that point. We still have work that's going to need to be done. There's still going to need to be adjustments. That's just the facts of life. The midterms are going to come around, and there's going to be the general election coming up after that. We have to watch the House and the Senate very closely. We need as many seats as we can get in both. I mean, it would be great if we could go ahead and get that, get the seats we need to go ahead and have that supermajority. Be awesome. In California, we have an uphill battle. There's a new conference coming out. I just got the email about that. Californians gotta get together and turn over this Democrat rule here and take the power back to the people. And get our money working for the people. Less taxes, more money and food in our bellies and money in our homes. And Trump is, I think, going to start helping with that and encourage him to do so. I mean, not to bail out California, but to show a united front and to show that, look, taxpayers can't carry your burden. They can't carry your BS. They can't carry your burden. We've got to do this together. And, government is not going to reduce the size of its belly on its own. I'm just going to tell you that. They're not going to vote themselves away money. So it's going to be up to us, the people, to really put government in its place and tell them what we want to do. Use effective positions to go ahead and do that locally, etc. So be on the lookout for those different conferences that are coming up in California and throughout the nation as Congress heads into August break. I think really, if they're holding any sort of town halls, you have to be present. You have to go show up and make your voice heard, or at least make the phone calls and send the letters if you can. I know we're all busy, but it's so vital. And we got to get something passed by winter break. So, it's already August now. So you're going to kick the can any further, Congress? Because I'm going to tell you what, we the people are just sick of it. And I think Trump's got our back on that one, but there's only so much he can do. It's up to the people to stop playing the games, stop playing the BS, and tell their Congress members what they want. So I think that pretty much covers it. Make sure and stay focused, everyone. Stay united. I'm going to give you the phone number right now for Congress that I do every single night that we're together. The phone number is 202-224-3121. That's 202-224-3121. You can go to house.gov or senate.gov. You can also look up other resources on my website. That's aaroncruz.com, or send emails and inquiries to info@aaroncruz.com. I also put out the references to the data provided on the show. In this particular show, I will only have one piece of information, and that will be information on resources where you can go to connect, because right now we need to unite. We have not very much time until those midterms, people. We've got to show our Congress people that we are a united front, all right? Be sure to make sure and go on our social media. It's Wagner Girlie, WAGNERGIRLE. That's WAGNERGIRLE on Twitter, or Political Core on Twitter. Or again, you can go to my website and find everything there under the media tab. And that's aaroncruz.com. As always, we want to grow together. We want to find common solution, find common ground. I will always answer any questions I can. Do not hesitate to reach out. We're in this together, all right? Thank you again for joining me, Aaron Cruz, on tonight's edition of Political Core, the Aaron Cruz Show. Join me again on Thursday evening, 7 to 8 p.m. for the Queen of Politics. Okay, we have a little bit more fun on Thursday nights. I hope you have a blessed evening, all. God bless you, and God bless America.
To more. And to learn more on how you can make an impact or about Political Core and the Aaron Cruz Show, visit us online at aaroncruz.com. That's ERINCRUZ.com. Thank you for joining us, and see you at the same time and the same place next week.